Now, our next guest is a Golden Globe-winning Hollywood actress. Robin Wright made her blockbuster debut when she was just 21 years old in The Princess Bride.
Since then, she's starred in all sorts, from Forrest Gump to the award-winning TV show House of Cards. But before we talk to her, let's remind ourselves of some of her most iconic roles.
You mocked me once, never do it again! I died that day! You can die too, for all I care!
Oh!
As you wish.
Oh, my sweet Wesley, what have I done? Ow! Hello, Forrest.
Hello, Jenny.
They are trying to strip me of my constitutional power as your commander-in-chief.
You are daring them. You've turned it into a spectacle, and now they will not stop.
I hear they have you on a short leash.
Wow, what a career. Robin Wright joins us now. Thank you for coming onto the sofa.
Robin, I just noticed something. When we were playing those clips, you were looking away.
Yeah.
Is that deliberate? Is that you don't like watching yourself?
No, I was just looking at your lights and... Pretty impressive stage you got going here.
You've got a new film out, Damsel. Can you tell us all about that on Netflix?
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown is the damsel. And I just love that it's not the conventional fairy tale that we're all used to.
It's a bit of a twist, isn't it?
It's a little bit of a twist. You don't want to spoil anything, but it's basically a female empowerment movie, and Millie is amazing in it. And it's a survival story about a damsel in distress who doesn't get rescued. She rescues herself.
I watched it on Saturday night. Great perk of this job that I'm not used to. You get to watch these things ahead of time. It was fascinating, thank you. I wish, actually, I'd watched it with my little girl, because I think it would have been really good for her. You're pretty horrible. You're pretty horrible in the theme. You're not a nice person, are you?
So much fun.
Yeah, is that more fun to do than being the good guy?
I think so. I mean... It definitely gives you more layers to play with.
Right, let's have a little look at you in action.
I have made a match. A prince. We need this. Your people need you.
I need you to listen to me now. I don't trust them. They may be royalty, but that doesn't make them good people.
Your hand, child.
Close your eyes. I've got you.
It looks intense. That looks amazing. I mean, what was it like working alongside Millie Bobby Brown? Because we know her from Stranger Things, and she's taken on all these it's been lovely to see her grow as an actress, hasn't it? What was it like working alongside her?
It's fascinating to watch somebody from that generation, the confidence and strength that these young girls have, and young boys. I was just, like, very impressed with her acting skills, and look at what she's accomplished.
Yeah.
She's, what, 20 years old? She's a powerhouse.
Well, you know, the role couldn't have been suited to two powerful women. Millie and yourself, you've taken on some incredible roles over the years.
Absolutely. I was just wondering, because, of course, you were in Princess Bride at 21, so there was a lot of similarities between the two of you. Were you helping her through it, or is she pretty self-sufficient now?
I think she's got it in the can. Yeah.
And I was thinking back to Princess Bride. You had an English accent then, did you?
I did, yes.
Can you still do the English accent now?
You know, my stepfather, who I grew up with, is British. So he made sure I had this accent down before I went to make that movie.
OK, and I was wondering, have you heard Josie's accent?
Where are you from? I was going to ask you.
Do you know what? Every American person that I meet always thinks I'm a pirate. Do I sound like a pirate to you?
Well, you sound Irish.
Do I sound Irish? I've always wanted to be Irish.
Where are you?
I'm from Bristol. So we're like the southwest of the country.
Okay.
Yeah. Does my accent sound funny to you?
Well, it's definitely not American.
That is
It's
absolutely
different.
correct.
It's different. Can you do a Bristolian accent?
Oh, I want this accent.
Do you?
It's the best.
Right, so all I'd say is go, I like your socks.
I like your socks.
Oh, there you
Not
go.
bad,
You
yeah.
got it.
I
You
like
got
your
it.
socks.
What are you, though?
I like your socks. Well, I'm a mix. I was born in Manchester, but I've been in London since I was 18, so I'm sort of a mix of the two. So I still have, in terms of accent, the key for me is I say Bath and grass, not Bath and grass.
Oh.
And that's sort of, you know I'm from the north because I'm Bath and grass.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah. I'm terrible at accents. I can only do Bristolian. But, Robin, I mean, with your career, you started off in The Princess Bride. You played Princess Buttercup, 1987. And then you had a massive blockbuster with Forrest Gump. You played Jenny. So because you've had that early start in your career, you've had two major successes. How did that go on, then, to be choosing, like, roles? Were you very selective after that? Because you've had two major blockbuster movies.
Well, that's sheer luck.
No.
And I feel very blessed.
Talent.
Well, you don't know what the films are going to be when you're shooting them. You have no idea what the response is going to be like, or its success or non-success. And you do feel blessed to have been a participant in two very iconic films. And they're both great.
Forrest
Right?
Gump, I mean, it's a peculiar film in a nice way. And I suspect when you were working on it, it must have felt quite random whether this was going to just flop on its backside or going to be a big hit. Or did you all think it was going to work at the time?
We had no idea. What you felt shooting it, and I do also feel that that's what you feel when you look at this film, even today, is that it's sentimental without being cheesy.
Yeah.
We can't have you here, Robin, without talking about House of Cards. I mean, it was just the most amazing political thriller. It's a proper binge-worthy series. After, you know, being on a political thriller like that, would you ever go into politics?
Never. No way.
But you were so good at playing that role.
Oh, you know, people would say, who did you get advice from? I didn't get advice from anybody. All you have to do is watch the news, right?
Yeah. Did you base your character on anyone?
No, it was interesting. David Fincher, who created the look of the show, the tone, everything, he just said, I don't think you need to emulate anybody in particular. What I believe Claire Underwood is what he said, is that she's a bust. Like when you walk into the Capitol and you see all these marble busts of, you know, commanding figures. He said, you are the bust. Meaning, to me as an actor, I don't need to move very much. So she was very stoic and stayed, and that's why the costumes were the way they were.
I mean,
it helped me so much.
Lady Macbeth almost, wasn't it?
Literally,
But also,
yeah.
I mean, it was almost an icon of clothing because the clothing went in with that sort of...
Exactly.
The statue, that solidity. I mean, did you choose the clothes yourselves or is that all done for you?
Well, we had incredible costume designers, and then eventually it became too overwhelming for them to design for every character in the show. And then Claire Underwood had her own, and it was Kamala Harris. She was unbelievable. So every season, Claire Underwood had a theme. So either we would put gold buttons here that kind of look like epaulettes, you know, weren't quite sure because she was in her general phase, you know, things like that.
And you got to direct some of House of Cards as well.
I did. I got to direct, I think, 10 episodes.
Nice.
And it was like going to free cinema school.
Have you got a taste for it now?
I love it. I've got the bug.
Have you?
Yeah.
And what can we expect next from you?
I'm currently doing an Amazon show in England. So it's a British cast, except I'm American in it. And I'm acting and directing and producing.
Are you? I heard that you're meeting up with all the old Forrest Gump guys.
Yeah, we just worked again together.
What are you doing?
Tom and I did, it's a movie called Here. And I think it'll come out this year in the fall.
So you and Tom Hanks are back?
And the whole band got back together. Oh. Robert Zemeckis directed it. Eric Roth, who wrote Forrest Gump, wrote it. Yeah, it was incredible. 30 years later, reuniting. It was like no time had passed.
I was about to ask, it was like those, when you see your friends you haven't seen for years, and with 2 minutes in, you've forgotten that you haven't seen each other.
Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing awkward about it.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it was
Can we
great.
ask what it's about? Are we allowed to ask?
I'm going to just give you one little, it's never been done before. The way it's shot. So that's its original content. But it's called Here because everything happens over all periods of time in life. Here. That's all.
Is it sci-fi then?
No.
Oh, right. Oh, God, you're so good at keeping secrets.
It's
Single
different.
location
It's very
over
different.
over lots of...
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Oh, I cannot wait for that. Thank you, Robin. Thank you very much. Thank you.
But I can shake it, shake it.